There comes a moment in every life when the mirror no longer feels honest, not because it lies, but because it reflects only what you have allowed the world to see. And somewhere deep inside you, there is a quiet knowing that you were meant to be more than this repetition of days, more than this familiar version of yourself that walks, talks, and settles. You feel it when the room is silent. You feel it when the night stretches long and your thoughts grow louder than your excuses. You feel it when you realize that the life you are living is not the life you imagined when your spirit was still wild and unafraid. And so you ask the question, not out of curiosity, but out of hunger. How do I become unrecognizable? Not to the world, but to the limitations that have held me hostage. Not to the people who doubt me, but to the version of me that kept agreeing with that doubt. 7 days. It sounds small, doesn't it? 7 sunrises. 7 chances to rise differently. But do not underestimate what can happen when a person decides, truly decides, to stop negotiating with their own potential. Because transformation does not wait for permission. It answers only to commitment. On the first day, you must confront yourself. Not the polished version you present to others, but the raw, unfiltered truth that lives beneath your habits. You must sit with your weaknesses without flinching. You must name the distractions that steal your time, the fears that shrink your voice, the comforts that quietly sabotage your growth. This is not a gentle process. It is not meant to be, because you cannot rebuild what you refuse to examine. And so you stand there, face to face with yourself, and you say, no more pretending. And in that moment, something shifts. Not the world you. On the second day, you take control of your time. You begin to understand that time is not something you spend. It is something you shape. Every hour becomes a decision. Every minute becomes a statement. You rise earlier than you did before, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. You choose discipline over delay. You choose action over intention. And as the hours pass, you begin to notice something remarkable. Your life starts to respond to your structure. Chaos loses its grip when you refuse to participate in it. By the third day, your mind begins to resist. It whispers to you, this is too much. You were fine before. Why change? And that voice is familiar because it has protected you for years from risk, from failure, from discomfort. But now it stands in your way, and you must decide. Will you listen to the voice that kept you safe, or will you follow the voice that will make you strong? Because growth demands that you become comfortable with discomfort. And so you push forward, even when your thoughts rebel, even when your body complains, even when motivation fades. Because you understand now, this is not about feeling ready. This is about becoming ready. On the fourth day, you begin to silence the noise around you, the opinions, the doubts, the subtle discouragement that comes disguised as concern. You realize that not everyone will understand your transformation. Some will question it, some will resist it, and some will feel threatened by it. But this journey was never meant to be explained. It was meant to be lived. And so you stop announcing your plans. You stop seeking validation. You let your actions speak in a language so powerful that it requires no translation. By the fifth day, your habits begin to shift. And habits are the architects of identity. You start doing the things you once avoided. You show up when it would be easier to disappear. You follow through when it would be simpler to quit. And slowly, quietly, the foundation of your life begins to change. Not in grand, dramatic gestures, but in consistent, deliberate choices. And that is where real transformation lives. Not in intensity, but in consistency. On the sixth day, you begin to feel it. Not as a loud celebration, but as a quiet confidence. You walk differently. You think differently. You carry yourself with a certainty that was not there before. And people may not be able to explain it, but they will notice. Because energy does not lie. It reveals the truth of who you are becoming. And in that moment, you realize that being unrecognizable is not about changing your face. It is about changing your presence. And then comes the seventh day. The day you look back, not with regret, but with clarity. You see the version of yourself you used to be. And for the first time, you do not feel trapped by it. You feel grateful for it, because it brought you here. But you also understand that you cannot go back, because you have seen what is possible when you stop settling. You have felt the power of your own discipline. You have witnessed the strength that was waiting for you to claim it. But let me tell you something that matters more than the 7 days. This is not a finish line. This is a beginning. Because becoming unrecognizable is not a one-time transformation. It is a commitment to never returning to who you were when you knew you could be more. You will face challenges again. You will have days where the old habits try to pull you back. You will encounter moments where doubt knocks on your door. But now you are different. Now you know what you are capable of. And once you know that, you cannot unknow it. So when the world tests you, and it will, you stand firm. When your mind questions you, and it will, you answer with action. When your energy fades, and it will, you rely on discipline. Because you are no longer building a temporary version of yourself. You are creating a standard that says, I do not go back, I only go forward. And as you continue on this path, something extraordinary begins to happen. You stop chasing approval. You stop fearing judgment. You stop measuring your worth by the opinions of others. Because you understand that the only validation that matters is the one you give yourself through your actions. You become someone who keeps their word, someone who honors their time, someone who respects their potential enough to protect it. And that is what makes you unrecognizable. Not the applause of others, but the alignment within yourself. So I ask you now, what will you do with your 7 days? Will you let them pass like every other week, filled with the same patterns, the same excuses, the same results? Or will you rise just once, with a decision so strong that it changes the direction of your life? Because the truth is, you do not need more time. You need more intention. You do not need more motivation. You need more discipline. And you do not need permission to change. You need courage to face yourself. Courage to challenge yourself. Courage to become someone you have never been before. And if you can find that courage, even for a moment, even for a day, it will grow, it will expand, it will carry you further than you ever imagined. 7 days, that is all it takes to begin. 7 days to disrupt your patterns. 7 days to reclaim your power. 7 days to prove to yourself that you are not stuck. You are simply waiting for a decision, waiting for a moment, waiting for yourself. So do not wait any longer. Stand up in your life. Take ownership of your time, your habits, your thoughts, and step into the version of yourself that has been calling you all along. Because on the other side of that decision is a person you will barely recognize. Stronger, sharper, unshakable, and finally, free. There is a hunger inside you that no comfort can satisfy. It is not a hunger for applause, not a hunger for approval, not even a hunger for success as the world defines it. It is deeper than that. It is the quiet, persistent urge to become better than you were yesterday. And most people feel it for a moment, then silence it with distractions, with excuses, with temporary pleasures that ask for nothing and give nothing in return. But there are a few, only a few, who listen to that hunger and choose to feed it. Not once, not occasionally, but relentlessly, until it becomes a way of life. To become addicted to self-improvement is not to live in constant dissatisfaction. It is to live in constant awareness. It is to wake up each day with a clear understanding that who you are is not fixed, that your habits are not permanent, that your limits are not laws. It is to look at your life and say, this can be better, and then take responsibility for making it so. At first, it feels unnatural. Growth always does. The mind resists change because it is wired for survival, not expansion. It wants familiarity, even if that familiarity is keeping you small. It whispers to you to stay where you are, to do what you have always done, to remain within the boundaries that feel safe. And for a long time, you may have listened. You may have chosen comfort over challenge, ease over effort, routine over reinvention. But something inside you has begun to question that pattern. Something inside you has begun to demand more. And that is where it begins. Not with a dramatic transformation, but with a quiet decision. A decision to stop settling. A decision to stop negotiating with your own potential. A decision to treat your growth not as an option, but as a necessity. When you become addicted to self-improvement, you no longer wait for motivation. You understand that motivation is fleeting, that it comes and goes like the wind. Instead, you build discipline. You create systems. You design your life in a way that makes growth inevitable. You wake up and do the work, whether you feel like it or not. You show up for yourself not because it is exciting, but because it is essential. And slowly, something begins to change. Not just in what you do, but in who you are. You start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start to take responsibility where you once placed blame. You start to push through resistance where you once gave up. And each small victory builds upon the last, creating a momentum that becomes impossible to ignore. You begin to crave progress, not the loud, visible kind that others can see, but the quiet, internal kind that reshapes your identity. You find satisfaction in keeping promises to yourself. You find pride in doing the difficult things that others avoid. You find joy in the process, not just the outcome. And that is when you know something has shifted, because you are no longer chasing improvement. You are living it. There will be moments when it feels exhausting, moments when the effort seems endless, when the results feel slow, when the gap between where you are and where you want to be feels overwhelming. In those moments, it is easy to fall back into old habits, to return to what is comfortable, to tell yourself that you have done enough. But addiction does not work that way. When you are truly committed, when you have truly embraced the path of growth, you do not stop when it gets hard. You adjust, you learn, you keep moving. You begin to understand that improvement is not a straight line. It is not a steady climb. It is a series of peaks and valleys, of progress and setbacks, of breakthroughs and struggles, and that is not a flaw in the process. It is the process. Because every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, every failure you endure is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, more resilient. And resilience becomes your greatest asset. Because when you are addicted to self-improvement, you do not fear failure. You welcome it. You see it for what it is, a teacher, a guide, a necessary part of growth. You do not allow it to define you. You use it to refine you. You begin to measure your life differently. Not by how easy it is, not by how comfortable you feel, not by how others perceive you. You measure it by your effort, by your consistency, by your willingness to push beyond your limits. And in doing so, you free yourself from the expectations of the world. You stop trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. You start creating your own path, one decision at a time. There is a certain power in that, a quiet, undeniable power that comes from knowing that you are in control of your own growth, that you are not waiting for circumstances to change, not waiting for opportunities to appear, not waiting for someone else to believe in you. You are creating your own opportunities. You are building your own belief. You are shaping your own future. And as you continue on this path, you begin to notice something else. The things that once seemed difficult become easier. The habits that once required effort become automatic. The discipline that once felt forced becomes natural. Because repetition creates identity. And when you repeat the actions of someone who is committed to growth, you become that person. But it does not stop there, because addiction, by its very nature, demands more. It pushes you to go further, to dig deeper, to reach higher. It does not allow you to become complacent. It does not allow you to settle into mediocrity. It keeps you moving, keeps you evolving, keeps you striving for something greater. And that can be uncomfortable. Because growth requires you to leave parts of yourself behind. Old habits, old beliefs, old versions of who you used to be. It requires you to let go of what is familiar in order to embrace what is possible. And that is not always easy. But it is always necessary. You begin to see that self-improvement is not just about adding new skills or achieving new goals. It is about transformation. It is about becoming someone who operates at a higher level, who thinks more clearly, who acts more intentionally, who lives more purposefully. And with that transformation comes a new standard. A standard that does not accept excuses, that does not tolerate laziness, that does not allow you to drift through life without direction. A standard that demands excellence, not in a way that is perfectionistic or unrealistic, but in a way that is consistent and intentional. You hold yourself accountable. You track your progress. You reflect on your actions. You adjust your approach. You take ownership of your results. And in doing so, you build a level of self-trust that cannot be shaken. Because you know that no matter what happens, you will show up. You will do the work. You will keep improving. And that trust becomes the foundation of everything. It gives you confidence. It gives you clarity. It gives you the strength to pursue goals that once felt out of reach, because you are no longer relying on luck or chance. You are relying on yourself. There will be people who do not understand this, people who question why you push yourself so hard, why you refuse to settle, why you are never satisfied with where you are. They may see it as obsession. They may see it as unnecessary. They may even try to pull you back into their comfort zones. But you cannot let that happen, because what they do not see is the freedom that comes with growth, the freedom to become whoever you choose to be, the freedom to live a life that is aligned with your potential. You begin to realize that self-improvement is not a destination. It is not something you achieve and then stop. It is a lifelong journey, a continuous process of learning, growing, evolving, and the more you embrace it, the more natural it becomes. You start to seek out challenges. You start to look for ways to improve. You start to question your assumptions, to expand your thinking, to push beyond your comfort zone. And in doing so, you create a life that is dynamic, that is meaningful, that is constantly moving forward. And perhaps the most powerful shift of all is this. You stop waiting for external validation. You stop looking for approval from others. You stop measuring your worth by their opinions, because you know that your value is determined by your actions, by your effort, by your commitment to growth. You become self-driven, self-motivated, self-reliant, and in that independence you find a level of strength that cannot be taken from you. Every day becomes an opportunity. Every moment becomes a choice. Every action becomes a step forward. And you begin to see that the life you want is not something that is given to you. It is something that is built, one decision at a time. You wake up with intention. You move with purpose. You act with discipline. And you rest with the satisfaction of knowing that you are becoming better, not by chance, but by choice. And as this pattern continues, as this commitment deepens, as this addiction to growth takes hold, you begin to outgrow the version of yourself that once felt permanent. You begin to step into a new identity, one that is defined not by limitations, but by possibilities. You are no longer the person who hesitates. You are no longer the person who avoids. You are no longer the person who settles. You are the person who acts, who persists, who evolves. And that is where the real transformation happens. Not in a single moment, not in a single achievement, but in the accumulation of consistent effort over time. In the daily choices that shape your habits, your mindset, your identity. Because in the end, becoming addicted to self-improvement is not about changing your life overnight. It is about changing yourself daily, until one day you look back and realize that everything has changed.